Alright guys, welcome to our full game breakdown. Basically we're going to get into a full game here, an online ranked head-to-head match, and we're going to talk, we're going to run you through the scheme in its entirety, how we use it effectively. Now we're just going to go into play online. We're actually going to show you the depth chart. I think we already showed it to you for the Bears. That's my suggested team. I'm kind of leaning towards the Ravens now, but if you want more offense, I would say Bears. More defensively minded, I would say Ravens, just kind of depending on how you want to do things. It's easily adjustable. Here's my suggested setup. I think I break it down in the written part. Setup here, Bennett and Jeffrey there. You want Hester at tight end. He's the key. That's why I say you want to use the Bears for more offense. We use Hester, and the only way, in my opinion, you can use Hester effectively in Madden. A lot of people use the Bears and just snap throw streaks to Hester. I don't think it's cheesy. But I don't really like that kind of style because I don't think it's consistent. I don't like running stuff that's not consistent. So we put Melton at the end, Paella here, McClellan. You could put McClellan here. You could put. There's a lot of things you could do here. Basically, if they're running more, I would say go with Wooten. And then if they're passing more, I'd say go with Roach. So just your opinion there. Left outside backer is Donajay, the only real weakness of the team on the Bears this year. And then we go Briggs here, and we go Peppers here. And this is perfect for the scheme because they're going to be blitzing on every play we run. Tillman, Jennings, and, of course, Hayden here and Major Wright. Now, we are going to show you. Now, we'll just jump into that after this game. So, we're going to get right into a quick match. Starting this up. Trying to do this earlier, but I ended up taking somebody to the hospital. They broke their back, so plans got changed a little bit. I know this has been a little bit delayed, Gibbs. Sorry about that. Some things just come. Sometimes life gets in the way, but we're gonna go right into this 3-4 book. So, we need a quick drink, guys. We're gonna go up against a good team, a good Dallas Cowboys team. We'll see what playbook he picks, just because I'm kind of curious. I'm going to go John Madden, so we'll probably see some of that motion route that we were talking about with Jedi Capricorn. Guys, I'm going to warn you, if I start running PA slot posts every play and don't show as many plays, it's because I'm getting serious into the game. Sometimes that happens with me. Personally, you can run PA slot post every play if you have a good quarterback. If you have, like I said before, if you have Aaron Rodgers, Tony Romo, any quarterback that can really can complete that post route, you can run that play all game because it's just so smooth. You can combo with the draw. And we broke it down really fast about verticals in the written setup. We broke verticals and spacing and the draw down really quickly. But those are just mix-in plays, kind of filler plays. They're not really a core of the scheme. The core is the draw, and he kicks, so he's a smart player maybe. But the core is the draw and the PA slot post from that formation. So you're gonna get to see the offense first. And the offense, haven't seen him against. See, this is the thing. You're not gonna get nano blitz, and here's why. Because the way the blocking setup works with the slide protect aggressive, they can't come right through your A gap every play. And first play, guys. I'm gonna run that back. Come back, guys. Come on. Try to get back to 20 for you guys, but that's how good. That's why I personally, I lose so many games because of kickoff returns. It's not even funny, but. Alright, so if you watch the guide, you know that the recommended setup for when they're pressed up is this. Zig, Hester, Forte, Wheel, and Square Drag. You're reading left first and come back to the right. Not open, and you got your post route. And that's what I'm talking about right there with Aaron Rodgers. That's a completion. But I do feel for, running purposes or the all-around scheme, Jay Cutler's going to make that throw more times than not. So Gibbs is going to be all up on me saying that's why you get an Aaron Rodgers and all that. And he's correct to a certain extent, but guys, I do feel that that's a little bit, the way I do it is a little bit more well-rounded. So same play, Hester breaks free that time, and that's a good throw by Cutler. Cutler has like a You know, he's one of those big play quarterbacks who he'll make plays that are really important, tough plays to make, and then he'll miss some easy ones. But that's how we do it. Again, slide protect aggressive is very important. And there's your blitz, and it's just an easy read to Forte. You want to blitz me and not cover the running back? That's cool. Because if you saw there, Sean Lee was covering him, meaning that corner on that side is not going to cover him. They have to have a corner or a linebacker out there that's going to cover him. A lot of times, blitzes aren't going to work if you have that. So you've seen the play action slot post. Let's get into the far tight twins. We'll show you the motion snaps and stuff like that we do out of here. So against this defense, I'm probably going to do most of the time in the goal line. I actually do this. Motion Marshall, snap right here, snap throw, and a lot of times they'll complete that. It's like if a corner follows him out like a man coverage, I would suggest actually we might actually have to change the way we do this because I have encountered a little bit of a problem of late. When the corner follows him out, what you would do is probably we're gonna actually run it again just cause I want to. No, we won't. We'll show you fullback dive. So this is how I would do fullback dive. You could motion running back, or you could motion Marshall. Just mix it in. But I would do this, so they think we're running a little slant hook play, and we're actually not. I'm gonna try to go for it on fourth for you guys, and try not to punt it as much. So I can show you the scheme and how it works. Here's Marshall again. We're gonna show you. So you should be able to complete that. If they flow out like they did there, that's not a good job of me of reading. I'm truly trying to show you the route that Marshall's running. But if they do flow out like that, you just dump it down to your running back, or you just come back across the right side of the field, and read the defense that way. So that that's how you beat that coverage. There is a way to stop that route, but there's no way to stop that route, this route, that route, this route, all mixed together in the same play. So it's just about reading the defense and making the proper read, as it is on every single offense that is effective in the game. I draw up the right play for you guys. It's up to you to make the reads. That's all. Gibbs draws up giant slot trail for us. It's up to us to make that read. Point blank. So now into the sting pinch. Now it's coming out two wide, two running backs. So we're gonna hit him with the run D. And I forgot to get on Briggson's spine. Otherwise, that would have been probably a loss or so. Maybe even a fumble because Felix Jones doesn't have good carry. I don't know why he doesn't have the Marco Murray in the game. Maybe just trying to get Felix Jones in space. Same set. We're going to do the same thing. Hit him with the run D. Move Hayden into this little gap here. I would actually use the right instead of Hayden, because now you're in the middle of the field. You can kind of see. Yeah. So, sting pinch, guys. It's just effective. You got to run it. The D is nice. I mean, you could run the whole D out of this one play. Do it like Problem does, the force experiment or cover 3 A gap setup. Just runs it all games. What I hear. I hear that's his main play. So now he's in a 3 wide. We're going to hit him with the coverage. Pinch line, base line, press cover, purple to the ends, then roam here, and it makes it difficult to throw it. There's your opening, and if you flow out, you got it. I wouldn't say hold yourself in that gap. I'd say as soon as the ball snaps, flow out, because on one of our blitzes we do hold in that gap. So I'm gonna hit him with the coverage again, because he's gonna start passing because he had success. Can I get on Urlacher? I think he's in flip trips. No, he's not. No. There's a draw. We're going to do decent against draws with the coverage setup, I'd say, most of the time. And this is where I break a dilemma with Baltimore versus there's your pick. Oh, wow. See, that's the yellow. He was in a yellow zone, guys, and he played that hook route. So, I mean, that's all you really need to know about how good these yellow zones play and why we do this from this play. 3rd and 7, I'm going to bring the right side pressure because I think he's a little antsy in the pocket. We're going to spy Wooten here. We're going to hook. We're going to stack. Pick up. There it is. There it is, and we're all over that. And there's that guy's in a yellow zone, so just, you know, that's how the scheme works very, very well. We get our stop. I think it might go for it. Hopefully it does. We'll show you how to do the 4th and 7. We're going to hit him with the coverage. We're going to hit him with the coverage here. Purple, deep blue. You want to flow, and you got to get right back into the middle of the field quick, because you did see him hit us earlier. Right there. And those corner routes are going to get contested. They may not get stopped right out of the gate, but they're going to get contested very well. And especially with the way the deep blue zones play, and the zones are just so very nice. And I encourage you guys to try this stuff out. So, he ran some coverage last time, ran some blitzes, but we darted him with the blitzes, so we're going to try and hit him here with a little draw. He's actually bringing the heat. So, I would actually recommend not doing that unless you notice he's running a lot of max coverage. I saw he was running a lot more max coverage than I thought. Now you got him DB's back. This opens up the scheme, guys. Right Hester here. Little snap throw. It's like a little wide receiver screen. Get Hester in space. It really does work like a wide receiver screen, especially with the Bears. That's how the screen, kind of a screen pass setup. So, you know, just mess with that. Now we're going to read the left side of or the right side first. Hester first, then come back to the right. We got Hester. And see, the flat zone really doesn't cover it. Honestly, really, the flat zone does not cover this play. You kind of have to use it, honestly. I mean, you could throw that flat. 9 times out of 10, he's going to catch it. You do encounter some interceptions time to time, but really the consistency is it's very consistent. Now we're going to make sure we get this first down, so we're going to wheel route Forte. He's our first read. He's actually in a cover 2, so we should dot him here. Click on, and it's not going to get picked. You're going to click on. You got to kind of go get it. That's what I failed to do the first time. Maybe if I would have clicked on, maybe he would have caught it. So back in the red zone again. I think we got 3 last time. This is a slot corner. We're going to wheel route Jeffrey. Hester, you can leave on the deep end. You could streak him. A lot of people are going to be streaking him. I shouldn't have suggested that, but that's what you can do. You read right to left. Right first, early, nope. Bam, there's your Forte check down. Very smooth. He's your second read on this play. That's how the scheme works. We're going to go to the curls. This is one of my favorite goal line plays. We can zig Hester in the goal line for like a delayed kind of quick pass, but Forte is really the main guy here. If they do that right there, that's very important. If you see that, if his eyes are square, if the DB's eyes are square with your quarterback, you don't want to throw that, because that means that he's not going to cover 2 or cover 3. And down in the goal line, that's going to get picked a lot. Maybe not so much as in like a standard set, maybe on the 50 or so, but in the goal line, it's going to get picked. So you do need to be aware of that. Shouldn't have thrown that play, but it actually does show some teaching that I can do out of it. Play action waggle. And you just read left first, then come on the high-low read. And we should get right there. A little check down route to Jeffrey. Moving very smoothly right now. We are a little choppy in our quick passes, but we do get to learn from our mistakes. Alright, now, down on the goal line, this is another thing I recommend doing. I'm just going to do it here just to show, because I'm not worried about losing. But draw here is very smooth. Just draw him. I would draw him probably 2 times in the red. Once you get in the red zone, I would run a draw until they stop it. And once they stop it, you could come back to it probably once or twice later on in the red zone part of your series there. But I would recommend first you go always running at a draw, because the chance of them blitzing you, at least unless you're playing me, is very slim. We're going to do a lot of coverage stuff in the red zone, so especially you know, most of these guys who like to do coverage this year, doing a lot of coverage in the red zone. They're going to try and make you throw it into traffic. And what better way to beat them than just running a draw? So that's why we're in a draw there. Should have ran a draw first play, but sometimes I just call plays and break them down, and you know. Anyway, sting pitch here. We're going to send our base setup, baseline, press coverage, pinch, re-blitz. Bring this guy over here. I'd leave these yellow zones as they are, because the blue zones are going to do a good job against the middle streaks, and we don't get. He hits me on an out route. And we saw how well we played it earlier, so like I say, it is a little inconsistent, but it's, for the most part, it's pretty good. Same thing, base setup here. I don't run the A-gap a lot, just because you're sending 6. I don't like sending that many people, but it is a very good base because you have very good coverage. Your deep coverage is very good based on the pressure you're doing. Your user in the middle of the field, so they're not going to be able to just throw tight end streaks on you all day, meaning they're going to have to go to underneath drags, quick stuff like that. So it is a very good base setup just to kind of fill them out, make them know you can only go here, here, or here. You can't go everywhere. If you have time, and we should pick. Okay, I was going to say most people throw that tight end. If they throw it to him, we're going to pick that every time because we're coming over and speed at which Rdikes has. Very good coverage, maybe. And pick. And there's the yellow zones playing the curl route. Had 2 people there still threw it because we had been sending some heat, going to coverage, get a pick. That's how you mix it in, guys. But I would run the A gap maybe 3 or 4 times a game. I would kind of save that when they're kind of really thinking you're going to run coverage, and then come with the A gap. There's your screen right there, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why you get a Devin Hester, S. Gibbs. S. Gibbs, you can put Randall Cobb there if you want. As far as green base, where I would go, you put Randall Cobb there. You put Alex Green at running back, of course. Some people say Starks. I personally think that Green's a little bit better because, like I say, he's so smooth. I would put Jermichael Finley at the X as the X receiver, which is the user catch guy, and I'd put Jordan. Well, I might not even play Jermichael Finley, but you need to decide whether you want Jordy Nelson catching that ball or you want Jermichael Finley. You'd have to go into the roster and look. But what you could do is you could have either Jermichael Finley or Jordy Nelson there. There's your hit stick. If you have Jermichael Finley there, I'd put Jordy on the square receiver, of course. Jennings is definitely going to be your circle receiver. But if you don't play Jermichael Finley there, then I would put James Jones on the out route, on the outside, as the square receiver. See, tough throw. And I don't really think that was complete. What? If you guys had that, maybe some throws probably weren't really inbounds, but you challenge them, they're out. And then some throws you thought were inbounds, and you challenge them, they're actually out of bounds. It's kind of weird this year. I don't think it's actually working the way it's supposed to, but whatever. There's your screen, and there's your defense on the screen. Works well against everything. Just a very, very, very smooth audible, or very, very smooth scheme. Now we're going to hit him with some pressure from the right side edge. Stack Urlacher here. And for some reason it should have came in there, but he kind of slid on. Maybe he slid protect. But don't slide protect, guys. It's coming in, I guarantee it. Practice mode this bad boy, Labbit. This is actually a situational call. We're going to call this cover 2. We're actually going to make a max coverage out of it. What you would do is you would hook these 2 guys. You would put Briggs here, and then you would get it on. And there's 3 people there. 9 times out of 10, that's a pick. So, shoot, we didn't set audibles. That's great. Pick. It's 2 drop picks, ladies and gentlemen. I could have actually had 3 drop picks this game. And then that one there that shouldn't have been a completion. But you can do that. That's like a short yardage thing you can do. It's just a cover 2 from 3-4 over. Max coverage. Kind of like a cover 2 hawk from Madden 11. I don't know why Donajay keeps coming over. I don't want him to. I want him on the edge. That should be a pick. Give me that. Alright, since he's passing more, here's a little quick adjustment for the Bears or any team like that. We're going to go ahead and put Nick Roach in the game instead of Corey Wooten, and we're actually going to put Geno Hayes in at the other one, and we're going to put Henry Melton on the nose. That's a quick adjustment if they're pass happy. But if they're run happy, you do, I think, need that strength in there. You're still going to be decent against the run, though. Just got to flow, and there we are. See, corner routes are tough, especially if you shade coverage out. Because you have your purple zone going out there unless they put a flat down, then he's going to get sucked down if they put a flat out there. If they do put a flat out there, the yellow zone's still going to contest it. So it's very, very smooth against those routes as well. Especially when you consider the pressure we have in behind it. Alright, now let's get into the far tight scheme. Since we're up 17-0. Alright, you see how there's a linebacker out there? I normally don't run a quick toss on the linebacker, but since we're so late in the clock, I do slide protect to the left or pinch it, whatever you want to do. But you do see you do get some decent blocking. The key to the far tight twin scheme is it's very frustrating because you're really not gonna go backwards a lot. You're gonna go consistently forward unless you throw an incomplete pass. But for the most part, you're making reads. So we got our slant hook here. Motion Marshall. When you see linebacker over there, you know he's not going to be cut. What the heck? Man, I may be throwing these hooks a little early or late or something. But you know, you do need to time it, go to practice mode, and just lab the scheme. I would say I'd lab a play a day, personally. I wouldn't even lab a formation. I'd lab a play a day. But spend 30 minutes on a play, perfect that play, and then move on. That's what I probably spend at least 5 or 6 hours in this formation alone. And see, there's what we tried to do last time. I think I threw it a little early. So you maybe want to just snap and you want to make a read and then throw it. If you don't want to just snap, throw blind. Okay, that's not the point. You want to snap, you want to make a read and then throw it. And if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. And that's how you want to do it. So, all right, I'm gonna try hitting deep here just cause I want to, and I want to show you the way we try to burn people. So, motion forte out. When he snap, set, throw, and just fade it. Oh, I wanted to fade it. Didn't get it off in time. And I didn't think he was actually going to blitz me. Because if he wasn't going to blitz me, it would have been a good setup because we had a one-on-one on that side there, but it didn't end up working out. That's fine. Normally, a lot of people will not blitz you out of this formation because it's very difficult to blitz. Especially up PS3, everyone's unbumpable. So, slot corner. Not there, not there. It's there to Hester. Click on, undercut the route. Very smooth, guys. Very smooth. It's all about reading the field and knowing how to make some plays when you have nothing down the field. Cutler can run. Cutler's an athlete, not as good as Rodgers, but I think he might be one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks this year. In terms of Madden, maybe even second place. I was trying to throw it. I think I ran the flats play and forgot to motion out. We're actually going to, since he's blitzing a lot, you can do a lot more snap throws, guys. So what did we do here? We called the wrong play. Let's reset the play. Let's get our setup in and let's stop messing around. And there's the route to Marshall. It gets max coverage, so you see it is still effective. You have to user guard it. I do feel you also have to user guard the deep post because any hook zone is going to get sucked in underneath drag. You got the post, and it's going to rarely ever get picked. Usually all you have to do is just click on and undercut it, and it's very, very smooth. I wouldn't depend on the post. I would use it as a last resort check down if there's nothing open. Same thing with the drag. I would depend on Hester route. I would depend on the smart routed out routes, that kind of thing. I think he's blitzing here, so we're going to go to our blitz defense, or our blitz setup. Basically read right quick, then we come back left. And there's a little screen. Didn't get our block. Still could have got the first down. I made a bad stick play. Bad user. We're on the same play, because I think it's going to work again, because I don't think he's going to adjust out of it. Just run. There was a bad read. I had circle wide open if I would have waited just a little bit. So there's mistakes. My biggest problem is reading the defense post snap. I kind of sometimes I get into a bad habit of predetermining my throws. I think everybody does. I think that's what makes me such a good player on defense is because you can't really predetermine your throws against my defense because I don't run stock blades and stuff. But I do a lot of crazy things too on defense, guys. Especially out of this new scheme. It might be the most gambly, gutsy scheme in Madden this year. The way I run it anyways. Because I'll have plays where I have one deep. Like literally, not man coverage. 1 deep from a zone. Because I just gamble. And I think you're going to go down. I think you're going to check into a run or something. And it's really aggressive. So, but it works. And there it is. There's Tillman. And see, that's the key to the defense too. Is your corners got to be good coverages. You can get burnt deep from time to time. Not really a lot, especially if you use her. If you use her the deep blue, which is what we do in our coverage. But when the occasion is where they get you over top and they get a shot at a play, most of the time, if you don't shade coverage out, like on the base setups, I don't say to shade coverage out, but on coverage I do. If you don't do it against the base setup, and see there's your corner route, it was contested. This guy loves the corner route, so we may need to run LOB Fire 2 eventually on this guy. We're not going to do it just yet, but what I was saying was... Hold on one second, guys. We're going coverage again. This guy's no-huddling me. Yep. There's Tony Romo right there, guys. Lost me game last night because of that stupid deep accuracy crap they'd reduced him to. But anyways, what I was saying, they start doing that. The deep blue zones, the way they're angling in, is going to do a very good job against contesting deep streaks. They're going to get over there. They're going to be in position, and they're going to make a play on it. I guarantee it. When you put this guy in the blue, that's when you shade coverage out. Pick. There we are. See how well it plays corner routes? We end up getting a pass interference call because the game hates me. But, you know, you're going to get more times than not. You shade coverage out. Those yellow zones play the corner routes. Period. And I don't think yellows don't get sucked down by flat routes the way that purple zones do. Because they're not playing curl flat. They're just playing that hook zone, that little area, and that's why I like hook zones a lot this year. Pick. Oh, we're all over you, buddy. We're all over you. You see how tight coverage it is? I'm actually going to go to my, oh, not just yet. Not just yet. We're actually going to get a screen. You're not throwing a screen at Julius. Surprised we haven't gotten any coverage stacks yet, but I'm actually thinking about going to my little man coverage setup in a little bit. We may do that in the second half. Not even gonna worry about it. Not even gonna worry about. Okay, guys, if you want to play it, if you want to say that, you know, that don't do this, I'm horrible because I gave up a touchdown on a throw like that. Go right ahead, guys, but you can't argue the fact that that route was covered. That route's been covered every single time, and we're just not making the play, but eventually they will make a play on that route. So you've got to trust your scheme. That's the most important stuff. You give up 1 touchdown, don't say the scheme sucks, okay? So I do want to address that before I get all these, you know, posts and comments about how horrible of a defensive player I am and all that, and how none of my stuff works. It works. You have to give it time. You have to. You know, sometimes the great players are going to make great plays, but overall, fundamentally sound scheme here. Now, if we want a deep pass, and this is where I would probably use the setup, if we want a deep pass, this is kind of what we do. And we just read. We start out right, though, as usual. See? And nothing open. Can I get a little bit more time in the pocket, please? Alright. Now, 17-7, 4 seconds. We're going to heave it up. The reason I'm going to heave it up, because if he picks it, he's not coming back. So, now what we're actually going to do here is we're going to deep streak Bennett. And we're still going to throw it to... I actually am going to throw it to Esther here. Watch this. Because you do have potential. Pick up 1 or 2 blocks, break a couple tackles, you have some chance. But you don't really have a chance at deep streak, honestly. So, shout out to F. Gibbs, a.k.a. Squib7. We'll showcase the squib kick just for you, buddy. And there we are. That's good coverage. That's a good kick right there. So we're actually going to come out. We're going to try and jump this corner route kind of scheme. And if you want to do that, all you have to do is call this OLB Fire 2. Basically, same thing as Sting Pinch, just direct flat zone. What I would do is I'd put him here, I'd hook here, and I would spy here, maybe purple. You can do whatever you want, really, but this kind of thing. And see, we're still all over you, buddy. I don't know why he keeps going to this. I guess because it works, whatever. Not really working, honestly. We're all over him, but now it works the middle, which is a good read. We're jumping the corners there. Pick. Oh, you. You guys know how much I want this pick. Once I get this pick, guys, you might have to turn the volume down. We're going to bring pressure here. Come on, get over there. Pick. Oh, thank you. Jesus! And see, eventually you're getting the pick. So, it's not a very consistent corner route. Most people won't throw it. If they do throw it, you're going to get an interception eventually. So, like I said, you may get away with one or two good throws a game, but overall, you know, you keep trying to throw these stuff, you're not going anywhere. Slot corner, how we're going to use this play. Sorry about the yawn there. Slot corner, just, I think I already showed this play. We're going to show it again. And we just checked right there. We just checked into our little flat read, and it's annoying because it's 4 yards, and you know. Show you spacing. You want to streak, drag, do whatever you want. I personally streak. Do the same thing on the left side. Left side is really optional on every play, but your first read is Hester, and then the circle, then come back to the left side of the field. And there's Hester. It's annoying. It's a yard. Some people are going to complain there's not enough big plays in this offense, and to a certain extent, you're right. I don't live and die by the deep streak and deep play. I live and die by my consistent routes that do very well. There's a Forte here. See, when that happens, when they're not outside, he has outside position, he's going to roast whoever's there, and you get big plays by stuff like that. Bad coverages, and it's quick, safe throws. So that's why I say you can run this with any team that has a quarterback who can complete a pass within 10 yards. I think he's going to pull the plug. So that's full game number 1. We're going to come back in about 5 minutes with the Kansas City Chiefs full game. Shout out the Chiefs. Show you how to do it with a bad quarterback. Show you how to do it like that. So we're going to come back. There's a W, guys. Showed you how the sing pinch works. Showed you how I make some pressure. And showed you how I run the offense. You don't live and die by pressure in this scheme. This is more of a bend but don't break defense that has pressure. And the same thing offensively. You don't rely on a big play. You more or less rely on very systematic, smooth offensive functions and work up and down the field. So thanks for watching, guys. Please tune in for part 2.